What's up? It's been a minute since I've been live. Can y'all hear me? What's up, Ted? NBA historian, what's up? Okay. I've been real busy the last couple of days, man. I ain't really gonna have time to do videos today. So I said I want to talk about something. I'll probably be able to do a little couple of videos tomorrow. Later on today, I'll probably do some videos on Too Raw for Sports. But I really ain't had time to do videos. So I want to talk about something. Cruiser Nation, what's up? Joshua Mitchell Bay, AZ the Realist. Yeah, I just decided to go live. Talk about the storm that's coming. It's getting cloudy now. It's already getting cloudy now. I've been doing pretty good, man. Can't complain. Can't complain, you know what I'm saying? What's up, P-Dog006? He said off topic, but prime Hillary Banks or prime Stacey Dash. You know, see the thing, that's the problem. See, Stacey fucked up, man, with all of this coolness she been doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Stacey kind of, she just ruined it. Because even though Stacey Dash, me personally, prime Stacey Dash has an edge over prime Hillary Banks or Karen Parsons. But because of all the cooning and shit she's done, I couldn't I don't know. I just can't picture myself, being lovey-dovey with her, man. I have to do some goddamn bondage shit with her. You know what I'm saying? Like make her drink out of a milk bowl and beat her with a whip or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, prime Stacey Dash was cold, man. He said Ophelia. Yeah, I know. It has a fucked up name, man. This shit came out of nowhere and shit. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was supposed to rain this weekend. Then all of a sudden, yesterday, I was seeing tropical storm watches off the coast of Virginia. What the hell going on? So, to keep your money, just get that food. Oh, rest in peace to Myra. Oh yeah, give me Myra. Oh man, Myra Monkhouse, aka Michelle Thomas. She was the baddest, man. And I had no idea that she was 30 when she passed away. She was 30 years old. She looked like she could really literally pass for someone like 20, 21. But she was gorgeous, man, and just thick as outdoors. Gorgeous woman, man. And it was, so I did notice like toward the end when she was on Young and the Restless, she started losing a lot of weight. But I just thought, Hollywood pressures, they're always big on women being skinny. And then next thing I know, toward Christmas, when I saw obituary saying she had passed away, she had cancer and shit, man. That shit was fucked up, man. Better voice actor, Keith David or Isaac Hayes? I know. Look, Isaac Hayes was great as Chef from South Park, man. But Keith David got like a. It's just something about his voice, man. He just got one of those. You keep fucking with me, I'm gonna fuck you up type voice. You know what I'm saying? better stop fucking with me. He just got one of those classic, iconic, like commanding voices. You know what I mean? Like him, Samuel, they just have a certain cadence to their voice. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all talking about divas and shit. Mickey James. Yeah, Mickey James was sexy. The thing about Stacey Dash had those eyes, man. Stacey Dash, I think the first time I saw Stacey Dash that I can recall was in Moving with Richard Pryor and shit. That's the first time I seen her. And I think I was 9 years old when I seen that movie. So, you know, at 9, you ain't really, well, shit, I ain't gonna lie, man. I was into girls when I was probably a little bit younger than normal back then. You know how everybody got all these goddamn hormones. They taking all these hormones in their food and eating all these and ingesting all these hormones is in the water and in the foods. And you know, you having girls having periods at 8, 9. When back in the day, 100 years ago, girls had periods that was 14 and 15. But shit, you know, I like Stacey Dash ever since fucking 88, 89 and shit. The girl's sexy. And she blew it, man. She could have been like the queen of like black cinema, man. But I don't know, was Clueless. Something threw her ass off track. You said thoughts on the merger? Will WWE finally cater to the adult male demo? Well, you know, I haven't really been following WWE since, you know, the what you call it? The I don't know the name of that era, man. The era with The Rock and Stone Cold and Triple H. I forgot what you call it. It was a certain term that they called that era. But ever since then, man, I really stopped watching WWE. So, and that was the precise reason because the shit got so whack, man. What's up, Jimmy J. Smooth? David Joseph, what up? Ted, it ain't gonna happen today, man. Braun Patty's match, man, with all this Me Too shit. They're not gonna do that, man. The Attitude Era, that's right. Thank y'all. The Attitude Era. They're not gonna do that, Ted, man. It's too much. We're just in a different. We're just in a different era now, man. You said, who would I pick as the greatest Green Bay quarterback? And do you think Dane will ever go to the Heat? The situation with Dane, I don't know. Um, he seems very, very fixated on going to Miami. Um, I'm thinking unless he changes his mind, somehow eventually he'll end up on the Heat. But hell, is there any guarantee that by the time he goes there, will they even have the same overall team? I mean, I don't know. You know, Portland doesn't seem to be too willing to do what he, you know, to trade him. So I don't know about this situation, man. You know, who would I pick as the greatest Green Bay quarterback in your opinion? I mean, talent wise, you got to go with Aaron Rodgers, right? If you're talking about individual talent, but the most successful Green Bay quarterback, I would assume, would be Bart Starr. So, I mean, I'll say this: I think talent wise, the greatest is Aaron Rodgers, but I think the favorite, their guy, is Brett Favre, because I guess he's a mixture. Like he's not as individually talented as Aaron Rodgers on a stat basis, right? On a game by game basis, he didn't have all the talents of Aaron Rodgers, but despite all the interceptions, he fit into that wild, wild west narrative of being the gun, that fabled gunslinger. Uh, you know what I'm saying? More often than not, came through. Uh, he won a Super Bowl, appeared in two. I think he was with a three-time league MVP. I don't know. He just had this. It just for some reason, fans in Green Bay have this perception of him being more of a winner than Aaron Rodgers. Where Aaron Rodgers had a lot of notable flameouts in the postseason when it mattered. So statistically, it looked like it's Aaron Rodgers, but I think Green Bay fans feel like it's Brett Favre. Basketball Digest. What's up, Ray? Ray Durazo. Dane will make Miami worse defensively. Yeah, I don't get the Dane pick, honestly. I mean, not Dane pick. I don't get the whole Dane Lillard thing. Like, honestly, I think Bradley Beal would have been a better fit for Miami, playing with Jimmy Butler. Um, Dame does not give you anything defensively. Dame is a guy that dominates the basketball, but you got a guy in Jimmy Butler that has that role. So I don't really understand how that's going to fit. You know, Favre would have won at least 3 rings with the help Rodgers had. Yeah, you're right. I'd go with Bart Starr because he didn't choke as much as Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Daryl Jones, he said, salute to Raw. The Golden State Warriors will not be signing Dwight Howard. Okay. I don't know, man. I just don't know how much Dwight Howard gives you at this point in his career anyway. I mean, playing the NBA, is different from playing over there. And even over there in Taiwan, after that initial start, I think he started sliding off anyway. Best QB in Raiders history, in my opinion, is Ken Stabler. Dude just won and did all he could to help win. For that Broncos team, Favre would have had 2 rings. Oh, he was on a mission that season, though. He was tired of losing Super Bowls. It won't just Elway though, man. The Broncos had some 2 great weapons. Terrell Davis for them injuries. Terrell Davis was for a brief window before those injuries. He was the best running back and the most dominant running back in the NFL from the time of Barry Sanders' retirement until 2000. It was like a 2-year window. I remember that Terrell Davis was the man, and then also, of course, they had the mouth from the South, Shannon Sharp. Lucas Sports says, shout out to Two Raw. What's up, man? Bro, I hope they do the Michael Jackson biopic. Real talk. They already casted Jafar Jackson's nephew and Antoine Fuqua's director, so it sounds good. Yeah, I like Antoine Fuqua, so they need to do that. And to me, I was talking about this with somebody that I know. To do a Michael Jackson biopic, honestly, because the man was in show business for so long and he has so many interesting aspects of his life, I wouldn't even mind if it was a 3-hour movie. Because you're not going to really encompass much of Michael's life in an hour and 40-minute movie. It's not, you can't do it. It's too many things that he was involved in and too many things that he did and had so much so he did so much in a 50-year lifespan that most people wouldn't have done in 150 years. Oh yeah, Rod Smith too. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, man, I see the NFL injuries this season have been crazy, man. So it just goes to show you them trying to change the rules and make it less physical and all of that. You can make an argument that when you do that, guys who are used to playing in a game that was more physical where you can get hurt, they knew how to kind of adjust their bodies to hits so that they didn't get hurt. So now you got a whole generation of players who come in who aren't used to getting hurt, who plant their leg in a fucked up way so they can get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Just like in the NBA, guys were used to playing in a more physical league. They knew how to adjust their bodies in a way when they're falling. They knew just how to adjust their way when they're falling so they didn't get hurt. But now you got guys who aren't used to playing in a physical league. Then when they do get hit, they don't know how to fall properly. Or they fall around their back and get hurt or whatever, you know. D Hollow 10 says, hey, Too Raw, you and Tiki be speaking them facts. Oh, yeah. Yeah, ain't no sugarcoating over here, man. And you know, so I hate that I can't really say what I want to say on here. Shit. Ed McCaffrey was nice wide receiver too. Yeah. I can only imagine what Terrell Davis's career would have looked like if not for injuries. Shit, his career would have been crazy, man. It would have been crazy. It was a stretch though, where they had some nice running backs coming out of Denver. I know some people start saying, well, maybe it's the system, but nah, I think they had some talented running backs. You know, it's just some of those guys just had bad luck. Man, I still cringe that video of Rodgers' ACL turned. I almost felt that pain just looking at that. Clayton Phillips. What's up, Clayton Phillips? Did you hear that? Woman, I thought somebody just said in the chat that they're not going to sign Dwight Howard, the Warriors. Cortez said, wow, rare Too Raw live. Yeah. You know, the last time I went live was February the 7th when the so-called king broke the record, right? When he broke the record. So I'm going to let y'all guys know that right now I'm going live this season when LeBron James breaks some more records. I'm going to go live when LeBron breaks Kareem's record for most shot attempts. And more importantly, I'm going to go live this year when LeBron breaks the record for most missed shots. I want to see if, you know, the Dick Licks celebrate that record like they do these other ones. Because we're going to celebrate them. What's up, Southside TV? Yeah, AZ Realist. Yeah, I agree with that. Taking the physicality out of sports makes the players weaker in football and basketball. What's up, Regulator? What's up, man? Thanks for dropping by. Yeah. Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater almost lost his leg. Oh, yeah, Portis. Yeah, he was a Clinton Portis, right? Yeah. He was a beast in Denver. I think he had one good year with the Redskins, and then he kind of like just fell apart and shit. NBA historian, even with injuries, Terrell Davis is still easily the greatest running back in Broncos history. Yeah. Too Raw Live. I can't believe it. Yeah, I decided to go live, man. I ain't done it in a while. George Michael is underrated, like the dead ball baseball player being underrated. Like honestly, like Wagner. Yeah, honest Wagner. You can make a case that offensively, Wagner might be the greatest shortstop in history. Said, bro, your Bills need to stick to the running game. If they do that consistently, they will help. That will help Josh Allen. You know, it's interesting that a lot of times us fans seem to show more common sense than the offensive coordinators or the coaches on the team. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't be understanding that shit sometimes, man. Franchise History TV go live more with other YouTubers. I used to do that more. I used to do that more often a couple years ago. It's just that I'd be so busy doing videos, like pre-recorded videos. I just don't be having time to go live like I used to. Yeah, so do you think Netflix might pick up Winning Time? They need to. I don't know. I don't know if they will. You talking about like pick it up, like as far as a third season or whatever? I mean, I read somewhere where the writer's strike might be resolved soon, but they already ended the series. I mean, they pretty much ended it unless they retract that episode and continue. I mean, there's gonna have to be like an enormous like wave of pressure from fans. And you can't blame anything but the fans because the fans didn't come out and watch the damn show. What about when LeBron reaches 5,000 turnovers? Oh yeah, I did see that. I think he's about 70 something turnovers away. So what is that? What is that? He averages about three and a half turnovers a game. So that would be 30 games, 25 to 30 games into the season, maybe. So yeah, I did see that. I did see that. Shout out to David Joseph with the $5. Damn, man, it's been so long since I've gone live. I forgot what the hell you call these damn things. So, have mercy. I'm so used to saying donation. I forgot what you call these on live streams. Super chat. Damn. Shout out to David Joseph with the $5 super chat saying they could wrap these players in bubble and shrink wrap and they'll still get hurt. And I bet the with the haters, I bet the haters are mad at Deion Sanders for breathing today. Yeah, these players will get hurt, man. I mean, you could goddamn give them Wolverine's healing factor, man, and they'll figure out some way to still get hurt. And yeah, this shit with Jason Whitlock is ridiculous, man. I'm gonna have a lot of content coming out tomorrow, man. On Rumble. I think I'm gonna do a video on Rumble and Patreon about Jason Whitlock, man. What he said about that man's kids yesterday was a fucking disgrace. It was a fucking disgrace. Shout out to Lucas Sports with the super chat. $4.99 says follow Too Raw on Patreon. Yeah, y'all come over to Patreon, man. It's only $2. It's either you either have the choice of subscribing for $2 a month, or you could pay $20 up front for the entire month. I think it's worth it. I'm constantly uploading over there. I'm going to upload some videos tonight on the Patreon. It's probably already 600-700 videos up there already. So it's a lot of content on the Patreon. Like I said, it's only $2. And I take and also take requests as far as Patreon videos, because there might be stuff out there that I'm not seeing that you see need to be addressed in this goddamn fucked up ass world we live in. You know what I'm saying? It says D Hollow 10 says, unfortunately, the Dicklet Brigade will find an excuse for LeBron every time. Oh yeah, whenever you point out turnovers or point out, oh well, I mean, yeah, you're playing forever, man. Of course you're gonna have these marks. So, but when we brought up the point, well, okay, well, what about the scoring? Ain't that just because he been playing a long time? Well, that's different. That's because he's a great scorer. But wait a minute, I thought you guys say that he's a pass first guy, not a scorer. And how is he just a scorer? I mean, how is he just a pass first guy? If he's been playing for 21 years, he's not the all-time assist record leader. And he's taking 2,000 more shots than Karl Malone, who's the most prolific power forward scorer ever. How that makes sense? How is he a pass first guy? But he's nowhere near John Stockton. Black Truth Tanjiro. A little bit behind. I gotta get a little more accommodated to doing these lives, man. I'm a little bit rusty. I hope they do a winning time type show for the Yankees dynasty, starting with Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. Lord, shit, how long will that series last, though? That shit could last 10 years. I mean, you talking about shit. I mean, if you're really talking about going back to when they were called, what the Yankees called, like the New York Islanders, or there's some funny name before they were the Yankees. And then, you know, when they got Babe Ruth, they got him from what was it? He was purchased from the Red Sox because I think the Red Sox owner was in debt because his stage shows weren't profited or something like that. I forgot what the hell the reason why they sold Babe Ruth. But you talking about Babe Ruth, like you said, then you talking about goddamn Lou Gehrig, then Joe DiMaggio, then Mickey Mantle and Phil Rizzuto and Yogi Berra, Whitey Ford. Man, you talking about all them years, man. Jeannie Buss has a higher body count than the Undertaker. She loves the brothers. Yeah, you know, I mean, the way they portray Jenny Buss, that's my big problem with Winning Time. The way they portrayed Jenny Buss on that goddamn show was bullshit, man. That was straight bullshit. Like Jenny Buss, if I'm not mistaken, first of all, at that time she was in her early 20s, and she was more. She, if I'm not mistaken, she was not that hands on within the organization. That was just some feminism bullshit right there. You know what I'm saying? That was just some feminism bullshit they added into that show. I don't think she was that involved in the organization at that time. Dr. Umar Johnson's been hating on Deion Sanders. Well, I mean, I already know what his angle is. Deion trying to appease white folks and all that shit, integrating with white folks and all that. I mean, it is what it is, man. You know, I agree with a lot of shit Dr. Umar Johnson said, but we're not going to agree with everything. You know, more. I look at Dr. Umar Johnson as basically a good dude. He's a good dude, man. You know, he's a little bit. He's more militant, I guess, if you want to use that term, than I am per se. But then again, I might be considered more militant than somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Deion Sanders isn't the Black Jesus. He ain't the Black Messiah. So we should be proud of what he's doing, but we can't make him into this mythical fucking figure who's supposed to, like, you know what I'm saying, represent everything that's blackness, everything that we supposed to be aspiring to do our damn selves. You know what I'm saying? That's my problem with some people. I mean, there's some legitimate criticism you can make of Deion Sanders. Absolutely. You know, you can make some criticism of Deion Sanders, but some of these dudes out here, man, it's a goddamn disgrace how they going in on Deion Sanders. They're trying to profit off of the fucking numbers and realities of social media, knowing all these goddamn racist ass peckerwoods around here and all these fucking coons looking to goddamn profit off this motherfucker. Not profit, excuse me, criticize him, and they know that they had an audience for that shit. But what Whitlock said yesterday was just that's way beyond the pale, bro. That dude a disgrace. He need to be canceled, and I mean literally canceled. I ain't talking about just his show either. That's as much as I say on here. Too raw for live. Mika Alexander, what's up? I know this is an old topic, but do you remember the Super Bowl and how they were showing close-ups of Mahomes with his helmet off, and the only shots of Jalen were when his helmet was on? Yeah, yeah. Because you know, football is that one sport where it's kind of more difficult to market players because most of the time they have their helmet on, so you can't really be too personable with a lot of these guys, a lot of these players. But you know, you just don't see them a lot unless you're looking at their, you know, photo back in the day. You know, looking at their profile photo, whatever. So yeah, that's little tricks to kind of show you who Patrick Mahomes is and kind of make him more personable. Uh, whereas Jalen Hurts, you know, they do little tricks like that and shit, man. Jason Whitlock had stock in sharpened toilet paper. $8 a tissue a day, bro. Bro, what's going on with you, man? How much is you eating, nigga? Ray DeRozzo says, "Did you see what Tom said to Shador to Raw?" Uh-uh. Uh, let's just comment right here. Willock has a nerd jock complex toward Dion, but he does speak some truth about Dion. I mean, I mean, whatever truth that he might say, some of the stuff that he said that has some possible truth to it, man. I don't know, man. I just don't. I don't even count. I don't even count that shit, man, because I know what Whitlock's doing. I know what he's doing, man, and it cancels out any possible, you know, redeeming message that he has. Like the evil that he's committing by catering to a certain horrible demographic, it cancels all of that. It cancels. I just don't take him seriously no more, man. I just don't. I can't fuck with that dude. Who is your favorite X-Man? Oh man, you're looking at him. You're looking at him right here. There is no freedom from me. There is only freedom through me. Apocalypse. Racism still exists in the NFL in obscure ways nowadays. Yeah, Handeezy speaks easy. Yeah, I just can't fuck with the NFL though, man. I've been thinking about it, man. Like maybe trying to get back into it, but the Colin Kaepernick thing fucked me up. But what really stopped me, man, was this is why I can't watch the NFL no more, man. I don't know how this shit got by me, but there's this policy that the NFL has toward players who suffered like cognitive illness, cognitive injuries, and trying to get like I think it was they're trying to get health insurance, or it was something they was trying to get from the NFL. It was either health insurance or they was trying to get not health insurance. I think it was trying to get compensation from the NFL for these injuries. And according to like internal the NFL has this policy where, according to their studies, black players are cognitively less intelligent than white players. That's why they were being denied more, because they said, well, you really can't tell black players because they're just not that intelligent anyway. Once I saw that, I think I saw it like 5 months ago. I said, I can't fuck with the NFL, man. I'm not telling you what you should do, but when I saw that, it's like modern day, not 1940, 50, 60, or 70, but today, I can't fuck with the NFL, man. I can't do it. Shout out to AB. You know, I've never known how to pronounce your handle. I always just say ABE. But shout out to ABE with the $5 super chat and happy Friday, y'all. Yeah, happy Friday. Happy Friday to everybody, man. Hope it's the end of the week for you as far as work. Enjoy your weekend. You know what I'm saying? All that good shit.
How you doing, sweetie?
Damn, YouTube. Apocalypse was the first mutant, supposedly. Yeah, supposedly. But I think they said if you look into the comics, it was a few before him, whatever. Aaron. What's up, Aaron? I can't rock with the NFL. I can't even rock with the NBA anymore. It's just so much is wrong. I don't know, man. I just don't like. It's just hard for me to get enthusiastically into sports anymore. A lot of these players are assholes. They're entitled. They're spoiled. They got these really fucked up personalities. But they try to make us want to like worship these guys, like this generation of players. And I'm just not for that shit, man. Ted Cox says Charissa Thompson and Pam Oliver greater than Erin Andrews. Man, Pam Oliver, man. Whew. Back in the day, man, Pam had a. I mean, she probably still do, but Pam getting up there though. But Pam Oliver, boy, I just always appreciated when when the camera person panned down with or whatever. I just found out that the Carolina Panthers had hired a black male cheerleader. Boy, yeah, it's just shit like that too, man. It's just shit like that. I mean, uh, everybody gets catered to except for males, heterosexual alpha males or heterosexual males. We're the only group that don't get catered to. Politics has ruined sports. I think the people who present sports have ruined sports. Hey, how come you haven't said much about Giannis' recent spoiled comments of, oh, final fuck. Give me time. Give me time. I'm gonna show y'all that I'm not biased. I'm gonna light into Giannis' ass. Cause I'm like, bro, you really talking all this shit now? Okay, fuck you then. Go on to some other team and help them win. Cause it's funny. Nobody was talking about they talk about Giannis more potentially leaving a team than when he won the fucking championship. Notice how all of a sudden now there's more praise toward Giannis. Yeah, because he might be available for somebody else's team. What happened to, oh, he can't shoot? Oh, he can't do this. He can't do that. All he do is rub it down the court. Well, it's funny, when he becomes, I guarantee you, if in the event he leaves Milwaukee, he will be the best player in the NBA all of a sudden now. Fuck them motherfuckers, man. I told y'all. It was all because they just don't want that nigga in that small market. They don't want him there. Franchise History TV. Did you see that video of Kai Jones and his zesty? That's a weird dude, man. All you gotta do is look down at the fingernails, man. He's a weirdo. He's not a drug addict. He's just a weirdo ass young dude. What's up, Jester Monk? Angry Skip says if Jokic Angry Skips. If Jokic repeats, how far will he jump amongst all-time big men? Well, if he wins another championship and gets a third league MVP, bro, I hate to say it, but if he got 2 championships and 3 league MVPs, the only thing that will hurt him is he don't have the longevity quite yet of other guys. But if he's accomplished all of that already, 2 championships and 3 league MVPs, then you automatically got to put him at least a top 15 all-time player. You got to. At least. And then over time, rising to the top 10, maybe by the next season. 3 league MVPs and 2 championships? But yeah, man. That's what that's about, man. If Giannis does leave, you think the Anthony Davis shit was bad, they really gonna. I mean, Giannis. I mean, I always told you guys, man, if Giannis just had a jump shot and a post game, he'd be Michael Jordan. Well, he's already adding that. He's Michael Jordan, and whoever lands Giannis, I mean, this guy's gonna be the future of the NBA. 2 years ago, all he do is rub down the court and jump. Philly or Harden in the right. they both in the wrong to me. I mean, I do think that Daryl Moore probably lied to him, maybe, or didn't keep his promise. But you can make the argument that we make for players when they move around or they break their contract, right? He says that it's their right. They got a right to, they feel like they're being underpaid because of their productivity or whatever. They got a right to ask for more money, or they got a right to walk and go to a better opportunity. Well, if you look at James Harden, I mean, is he really a max player at this stage? I mean, at one point you could kind of like maybe say, well, maybe it was the hamstring, but I mean, James Harden's still a all-star level player, but he ain't the James Harden that he was in Houston. So, I mean, it just depends on how you look at it. But I don't feel sorry for James Harden because Daryl Morey did get him the biggest contract in history at one point back in 2018-19. I think it was 2019. Remember he signed that $223 million contract, which at the time was the biggest contract in history. So, I think part of it is, Daryl Morey probably did snake him, but then how many times has James Harden fucked over organizations, fucked over fans? Rick Ross. ASAP, what's up? Man, if Giannis goes to the Lakers, man, I'm done with that motherfucker. I'm done. If Giannis goes to the Lakers, I am officially done with that motherfucker. Handeezy Speaks Easy says, do you think the new rules in the NBA regarding load management will make stars go for the whole 82-game season this time around, or is that a pipe dream? I honestly think that based on the fact that a lot of these guys get incentives for being on all-star teams and all these different honors, the fact that the cutoff is 65 games, I think that the goal is to appear in 65 games. That's my thing. I think if anything, you're going to see more guys playing just over 65 games, 65 to 70. The days of guys playing 82 games, you're going to have a few, but I don't think that's going to help as far as pushing them to the 75, 76, 77, close to 80, 82. I just don't think you're going to see a lot of that anymore. For whatever reason, man, these guys just take time off. And I'm not saying some of these dudes aren't legitimately hurt, but sometimes these dudes just take time off because they're tired. They want to be fully rested. Some of these dudes, you already have former players snitch on not individual players, but snitch and say, I know guys, they probably told themselves, I know guys that said they were hurt, but they weren't hurt. They just wanted to take the night off. And some of these dudes want to take the night off and be ready because the next night they got some shit they're going to do or whatever, or that night They got some shit they want to get into. They do shit like that. Favorite series of 2000 teens? Hmm. Playoff series? Hmm. Ah, man, that's a good one. I would say, like as far as watching it, like as far as the enjoyment of it, and maybe just not necessarily rooting for a team to get their ass whooped, or just I would say Lakers Celtics 2010 finals. That pops up in my head. Um, There've been some other ones. I just gotta. I mean, I just not really thinking about. Now you talking about like series that I enjoyed seeing a team lose. Oh, even though I didn't agree with KD going to the Warriors, I knew they was gonna beat the shot of the Cavaliers in 2018. I mean, I just knew it, and that was enjoyable to watch, and it was enjoyable to watch LeBron quit, like I knew he would. I saw him take the ball out of Rodney Hood's hands and stat pad, and then go out and put on a cast on his hand like he fucking got hurt, and throw his team on the bus and say, "Oh, I got you. Look at my numbers, man. You know, I did what I had to do." So that was enjoyable to watch. Oh, Heat versus Celtics 2010. That was a good series. I was thinking about 2011 Finals, NBA historian. I was thinking about it. I definitely was. Big Woke, what's up, man? How you doing? Nah, you ain't too late. I ain't really been talking. I ain't even talking about the shit that got us the damn headline. I ain't even talking about the damn storm yet. Can we get an MJ impression? I mean, I told him stop messing with that gun. I raised my gun. I raised my son to be a competitor. I raised my son to have more values. You know, me and Juan ain't together, but you guys know what I'm about. Six championships. You know, I always try to be faithful to my wife. It was times when I strayed away from the marital bliss, but I told my son to wait for these hoes, and I don't approve. I don't approve their marriage. If they get married, I don't approve the relationship. I let that be known. They didn't sugarcoat anything, and if he don't abide by what I say, I'm cutting it out the will. Gotta be cutthroat. You gotta be clutch in those situations. Gotta be clutch when you think about your dick. Your dick is his own person. You know what I'm saying? You can't let the dick dictate you. You dictate your dick. So I cut them out the will, and it's just how it's gonna be. MJ shoots and he scores. Oh, I can't do Pippen. Come on, y'all. I, I'm not that. I'm not that goddamn versatile with impressions. Michael Jackson. Apocalypse. Insect. Who is Hendo? The Ladiclics have migrated to my channel. Oh, they be fucking with you, man? Fuck the motherfuckers, man. I mean, this is how I look at the Dick Licks for the most part. I look at it like they look at our channels because they know a lot of what we're saying is true. They just don't want to admit it. You know what I'm saying? They can't really argue with you when when you got them beat when they reduce to either name calling, when they get reduced to name calling, or oh, you a black man trying to talk about another black man. When they get reduced to that shit, they can't really argue with what you're saying. They can't really argue with what you're saying. They got to reduce themselves to that shit. Call Malone. Call Malone. Well, I mean, Karl Malone. I never tried to do a Karl Malone impression. I figure with Karl Malone, he got that little bit of a country twang to his voice like that. See, when I was playing against Michael Jordan, the Bulls. I mean, they were a good team and all, but me and John, we had something good. Don't you know? No good. For some reason, when I hear Karl Malone, I think of that Martin Lawrence character, the "Don't you know no good" dude, and maybe like changing the volume of the voice a little bit. Don't you know no good? I'm Karl Malone. Don't you know no good? I don't know. I just think of him for some reason. Yeah, Karl Malone definitely has that southern drawl. The dick licks are fabulous. Mike Tyson. Oh, he did, huh? Magic Johnson. Some of these, I gotta be like in a rhythm to do them. Like with Magic, Magic got like a certain cadence to his voice. Magic, Magic, Magic kind of talked like this. So that was So I remember one time we was in Salt Lake City, and it was me, the big fella, and Byron, and we was on a fast break. And Byron comes to me and says, I'm going to dunk on Karl Malone. I don't know. I can't really hit Magic right now, man. Magic, man, I can do them in spurts. I can kind of do Magic in spurts, but like sustained is kind of hard. It's kind of hard for me to do Magic Johnson. Could you do a Wilt Chamberlain impersonation? Hmm. Well, I mean, Wilt kind of got a funny voice. Like Wilt had a Wilt used to be very articulate. You know what I'm saying? Wilt was very articulate. Well, I don't know if I got the right pitch for his voice. I can do the cadence, but my voice doesn't sound like his. But he would go like somebody said, Wilt, do you think that Michael Jordan is the GOAT? Well, I'll put it to you this way. You see, they changed the game to make Michael better. But you see, for me, you see, they changed the rules to try to slow me down. So if you're talking about someone who is the GOAT, supposedly the best player, and they changed the environment to make him better. But me, you see, I'm putting up, 50 and 30, bench pressing 400, 500 pounds. So, I mean, you make your own determination right there. So I don't sound like him, but I got the cadence right. Yeah, yeah. You see what I'm saying? I don't have the right voice to do him. You know, I don't have the right voice to do a Wilt Chamberlain. You know, but you know, you see, but you see, like you just said there. See, you see, when it comes to Bill Cosby, so I'm also having a little throat problems too right now. So my impressions may not sound too good right now. But you see, when it comes to the cars, you know what I'm saying. You just gotta put your goddamn throat larynx all in the back of your throat to see and talk like this with a certain rhythm. So that's how that goes. You see, you see, you know what I'm saying. You just talk with the fiddle faddles and the skittles and the bozzles. You see. You see, it make Will sound like Cosby a little bit. Do Obama? Uh, Man, I ain't done him in a minute. Or tried to do him in a minute. Uh, I mean, Barack Obama always was like, you could tell he was always conscious of how he sound. So he always wanted to be precise in his language. And he was always formal in his language and trying to be precise. But I did notice that he had a bit of a stammer. Like he sometimes would lose place in what he's saying. You know, uh, Michelle and I, Michelle and I, we were in Nantucket recently, and Sasha and Malia and the girls, uh, they were there, and it was an important function that he kind of like. It's funny because when he's giving speeches, he's smooth. He has a great delivery. His oratory is phenomenal. But when he's talking in a normal rhythm, he can sometimes be a little flat. You ever notice that? doing doing the voices while enjoying the jello and the pudding pops you see Mwababazu Basel. I know if a real one was on here, he want me to do a particular character. He would want me to do a particular character that was very popular in the 1970s. What's up, Dan Patrick? What's your face? Oh no, I can't do Stone Cold. I'm not even going to attempt to do him. But I know there's a certain character that was very popular in the 1970s, very controversial. He lived at 704 Houses Street. He lived at 704 Houses Street, and he was known for his bigoted views and whatnot. You know, I tell you, meathead, I just can't get with this what you call this modern day sports there. This, you know, everybody's got tattoos there. I mean, back when I was growing up, the only person that had tattoos, what you call their sailors. Now you turn on the TV, everybody has a tattoo on their arm, tattoo on their shoulder there. I mean, what for? Who you trying to impress there? Riker says, you best stop talking about Goat Braun like that. Well, it's funny because we've been talking for an hour and 7 minutes, and approximately 1 minute of this broadcast has been about LeBron. But it's us, right? On this channel right here, the Two Raw TV channel, how often I talk about LeBron? Edith, you dingbat. Oh no, I ain't falling for that. I guess I got at least touch on the damn thing that I went live for. How many of you guys live in the Mid Atlantic and Northeast? Because we're supposed to supposedly have this damn storm coming. So, I don't know. I guess they're talking about like it might be like a lot of power outages and coastal flooding, inland flooding. I know where I live at, they're calling it for like 2 to 4 inches of rain, maybe up to 5 inches of rain. Uh, winds 25 to 40 miles an hour, isolated tornadoes and stuff like that. So, you know, if you live in North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, DC, I guess Pennsylvania, New York, if you live in these areas, oh yeah, y'all really be going through it in New Orleans. Oh yeah, you ain't got to worry about nothing hand easy. This ain't gonna affect you. So, yeah, oh okay, AB, you an RVA? Yeah, I am too. I'm an RVA too. Yeah, I'm RVA too. So I just want to put y'all onto that. If y'all ain't really been watching the weather, that this coastal storm has turned into a tropical storm, or at least it has. They said tropical storm characteristics. So it should start. Matter of fact, it's starting to get cloudy now, and should start affecting us sometime this late. I think late this afternoon, this evening. But I think the day is really going to start affecting us is tonight and all through the day tomorrow, and then I think it's supposed to. Well, it's supposed to clear out from where we are Sunday morning, but New York City, I don't know. It might be until Sunday evening or into Monday. But oh, he's from Chicago. Yeah, yeah, Commonwealth area. Yeah, Commonwealth area. Our you know, basically, the Mid Atlantic area into the Northeast. We could be affected by this storm. So I just want to come in and talk about that too, just briefly. But really, we've been talking about everything else. Um, I'm gonna tell you another thing I'm gonna talk about tomorrow too, when I have time and shit. I'm gonna have time tomorrow to do like videos and shit. I gotta talk about this shit with Nicki Minaj, man. Because as much as I hate Vlad TV, and I never co-sign what that devil has to say, and I think he's an agent, he's an op, he can put a lot of black men in jail, in prison. I don't fuck with that dude. But I gotta say this: what he said about Nicki Minaj is so true. You don't know what I'm talking about. He was talking about how Nicki Minaj is one of these chicks who is toxic and uses males around her to settle her beefs. But at the same token, these men end up paying a price that she never has to pay. They're the ones that end up being in harm's way. They're the ones that have to come up and face charges and criminal charges and lose their freedoms because of beefs that she starts. It's 100% true. I'm going to talk about that either on YouTube or the Patreon. Dick should be added to Webster's dictionary. Franchise history TV, Arizona. Yeah, that shit, you know what? Dick should be added, man. I knew that I had at least some influence on social media when I was seeing people on other people. I was on Twitter and I was seeing Twitter posters referred to LeBron fans as Dick Licks. I said, "Oh, damn." I said, "Okay, well, I seen I have some influence here." I appreciate that, man. P Dog 006. I always appreciate your time and contact, big homie. Do you think Kevin Porter going to join Clutch Sports? Shit, at the rate he going, he might as well. You know how they protect motherfuckers. Because my thing with Kevin Porter is this: he should go to jail, right, for what he did, and he should be condemned for what he did. But that's why I got so pissed off with why nobody gave a fuck about Mikal Bridges and what he did. I said, whoa. Nobody gives a fuck about this? And she's showing you pictures of what he did? And he get a 30-game suspension, but Adam Silver credit him with 20 games. So he only going to be suspended 10 games. What the fuck is that? So he gets suspended 10 games, right? But Kevin Porter Jr.'s career could possibly be over and shit. That ain't right. Oh, Miles Bridges. My bad. My bad. Sorry, Mikhail. God damn it. Miles Bridges. You said am I live on Rumble? Uh-uh. I don't know if they even have a live. I think they do have a live. Yeah, they do have a live option over there. I've never fucked with that before. I've never gone live on Rumble yet. I'm just still trying to build an audience over there, to be honest with you. I'm still trying to build an audience. But I'm getting close to 500 people over there. Last I checked, it was 400. I think I had 477 followers over there. Yeah, I meant that motherfucker said Two Rock going senile. No, I just be mixing up Mikhail and Miles sometimes, man. Nah, I ain't like Bruce Willis yet. Bruce Willis is bad, y'all. It's bad. Bruce Willis is deep into dementia. Yeah, I got them mixed up, man. I meant Miles Bridges. Since they brought up LeBron, do you think they will ever expose his PEDs? Honestly, I don't know. I really don't. I don't. I definitely doubt it. It'll ever be while he's still playing. And LeBron's a smart dude. I mean, I get on him a whole lot of shit, bro. That's a smart dude. He knows how to remove himself from the epicenter or remove himself from being culpable of shit. Like I believe that he does, PEDs, but I think that he's smart enough not to use his. He first of all, I think he's smart enough not to have his name attached to shit. But my common sense tells me, I can't prove this, so it's just alleged, but my common sense tells me that he uses something. There's just too many factors. There's too many factors, man. No matter how much of a freak athlete you are, you're not going to play in the NBA 20 to 21 years and still be able to jump like that and move, like he does physically on the court with that much attrition and miles on your body. It just doesn't make any sense. It defies the laws of physics. Then he had a game years ago when he was playing basketball where he gained 7 pounds. Who the fuck does that? How do you put on 7 pounds while you're playing basketball? I mean, there's other things I could talk about on here, man. I just don't want to occupy too much time on here, man. But it's just, I mean, my common sense tells me that he's on something. Shout out to I am Wolf with the $2 super chat. Says two raw salute, brother. Like politics and political views. Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, I talk politics on here for a little bit, you know what I'm saying, from time to time. Try not to be too heavy with that on here because I know that shit can be divisive. So I try not to be as heavy with politics as I used to. But hey, do you guys know that after Biden just approved, like the Congress approved another $40 billion to Ukraine? Do you know that they're gonna come the next couple of days and try to get more money and more funding and more equipment for them? again, but we can't get a $2,000 stimulus check. I told people about this dude, man. Me, LB, 78, uh, Town Biz, others. We've been told people about this Biden dude, man. But what Whitlock does is a shit. Yeah, but see, it'd be one thing if he was like Skip Bayless and just saying asinine, dumb shit. Yeah, I get it. He's annoying. He's a fraud. But what bothers me about Whitlock is the racial language, man. And knowing that he has some people following him that can be potentially unstable, people that potentially don't like people that look like me, and most of you, I'm assuming a majority of you, his rhetoric can be dangerous. Just like I got on Trump's ass, because I get on all these motherfuckers. Remember when Trump came out and said, I'm a proud nationalist? And people tell me, so, oh no, he means American. He's proud of his nation. And I said, no, he's signaling. He's that's a dog whistle. He was saying little shit like that. And then 2 or 3 days later, you had this white supremacist mailing what was it? Bombs, explosives to different Democratic leaders. And then you had a guy shoot at the FBI building. See, it's shit like that, man. Now, I'm not saying he has an audience of the president. And most people are rational, and not most people are going to do that. But you always have these nuts listening to you. So what's this to say that somebody tried to do something to Dion, or somebody tried to do something to his son? Could they warp minds listening to this idiot talk? Black devils. Oh, he's a demon. I got to get rid of this. I mean, I'm trying to be careful what I say on here. But I just think that what Jason Whitlock is saying now is just too far. It's beyond just the regular rhetoric of sports. It's almost coming on, it's taking on a political bent. And that's dangerous to me. It's dangerous. What he said yesterday goes too far, in my opinion. It's too far. That's just my opinion, but it's going too far. And once again, I said there could be some truths to what Jason Whitlock says, but you can take any despot, any demagogue. You can take any demagogue and listen to their message, and there's possibly little truths in there, but it's wrapped around a greater evil. I mean, that's just how I look at Whitlock, or a more insidious evil. I shouldn't say greater. Whitlock hated on Coach Prime's wife on Twitter, called her average. Oh my God. Nigga. Boy, Whitlock must be the least self-aware person I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, speaking with a forked tongue. Whitlock is the least self-aware person I've ever seen in my life. bro. You all right, man. Okay. I don't understand it. This guy is ridiculous, man. This guy's ridiculous. Average. Lord have mercy. Don't even know the woman. Judging her off her appearance. And I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Because the woman I see is stunning. And if she has a great personality, that really makes her off the charts. So for his hating ass to call her average, we're like, who are you dating? Who are you dating? Other than your right hand. Who are you dating? And I ain't saying Golden Corral either. Man, Trevin, hey, I ain't gonna talk about it too much on YouTube, but you heading down the right path for this one. You heading down the right path for this one. I've heard some stuff about this guy. He said the only things I agree with Trump are on the border wall, his immigration policies, and the fact he never insults his base. Biden insults us all the time. Oh yeah, when Biden told black people that if you don't vote for him, you ain't black, and Black America didn't check him for that. I mean, that just told me right then what the problem is. How would this crusty ass, old ass man, white dude, gonna tell black people that unless you vote for him, you ain't black? Well, all the racist fucking bills and policies this dude has supported over the years that have hurt our community, supporting that racist ass fucking drug law, which put harsh penalties on rock cocaine, but slaps on the fucking wrist for powder because the white yuppies and businessmen were using powder cocaine. But you got hard cocaine, which is the same shit, and you got all these fucking penalties, knowing it's going to predominantly affect poor and minority. Then the crime bill, which he helped co-sponsor, which put hundreds of thousands of black men in prison specifically. And then Hillary Clinton called us super predators. You ain't but man, fuck Joe Biden, man. Fuck that dude. They said Haiti wasn't important to Americans' foreign policy back in 1994. It could sink, and we wouldn't care about it. Yeah, man, I don't care for Biden at all, man. I hate both parties. I hate Republicans and I hate the Democrats. But the only reason why I seem like I'm more against the Democrats right now is because they're in power. Well, at least the executive branch is. But when Trump was president, I was going after his ass all the time because he was saying dumb shit. How many points do you think World Be Free would average in 2023? Well, I just assume that you pretty much just got to account for rule changes and really the 3-point shots. I mean, he had that one year with the Clippers where he averaged 30, and that was, I think it was the first year the 3-point shot was added, and people really didn't take that shot. So I don't know, man. Probably. I mean, you take into a lot of into account because, like, you got. Are you saying if okay? Because if World Be Free was born 40, 50 years later, would he be the same guy? Would he have the same game? So if you just taking World Be Free out and put him in today's NBA, he probably still wouldn't take a lot of threes. I don't know. 32, 32 and a half. It's just hard to say. I know he averaged a lot of fucking points. I put it like that. The only real, yeah. Whitlock date Aunt your mom. They came out jelly. You know what's interesting about Haiti? Ironically, um, when Haiti gained independence from France, right? Because that's why they have these French accents. When Haiti gained independence from France, France lost uh, that money that they were getting from having enslaved Haitians. You know, because that shit's big business. That's why we went to civil war behind that shit, right? So what's interesting is uh, France was hurting for money because Haiti had gained their independence from France. So that's how France sold the Louisiana Purchase to the United States, Thomas Jefferson. But the fucked up thing about it, the irony is, when the United States purchased that land, the Louisiana Purchase, which was not just Louisiana, but pretty much going all the way up to Minnesota, expanding all the way to Colorado. That was territory before they became states. That ironically expanded the fucking slave trade for us. Yeah, that's some bullshit. Haitians' independence was good for them, but ultimately it was bad for us because they just purchased more land from France to expand fucking the expansion of slavery. I think he'd be more of a Wade or DeMar type scorer. World Be Free? Hmm. I think World Be Free was a pretty decent 3-point shooter for that era. 33, 32, 33, 34%. It's pretty good in the 80s. But yeah, I definitely can see the Wade comparisons. I can see that. What's up, Josh Johnson? Uh, I mean, the title talking about the storm, but we've just been talking about various shit, miscellaneous shit. There ain't nothing really, you know, big I'm talking about. Hey, stop, peace, Kool-Aid. Yeah, Wave. Yeah, yeah. Haitians' independence. Because France, enslaved Haiti. Well, when they gained their independence in the early 1800s, late 1790s, early 1800s, France lost the money, lost that income that they was getting from the slave trade and from, slavery of the Haitians. So they was harder for cash, and they owned France owned that land. Because the French people used to have an empire, so they owned that land that was west of the American colonies the American states that turned to the colonies. So they purchased the Jefferson administration purchased. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think France sold. I think France sold that land to the American government, but I think Thomas Jefferson individually had power of like attorney or something over the land. I got to refresh my memory on that. He could have emancipated all the people in that land who was living there, right? And I believe the original documents was supposed from France was saying that all the people in this land are to be free, emancipated, right? But that son of a bitch Jefferson changed it to white men. Son of a bitch. What do you think Wilt Chamberlain would average in 2023? I say 33, 16, and 7 assists. It depends on what version. I mean, is he on a good team? If it's the 1962 version of Wilt, I mean, if he was playing for the Orlando Magic, who are not a good team, because that version of Wilt, the way the game is played, I mean, I'm assuming shit with his athleticism and size, I think he would be like a bigger and stronger version of Giannis with a better post game and even more athletic. So if Giannis is doing what he's doing with 31 and 11 and 6, oh my God. Only thing about it, Wilt is a terrible free throw shooter, even worse than Giannis. So I'm thinking 30, 37, 17, and 5, maybe. I mean, that's just some numbers off the top of my head. Wilt would average 70, 16, and 9. Wilt Days White Castle. And that White Castle is why he uses $8 of toilet paper. Them fucking onions. What's up, Corey? I love the world history breakdown, but need the truth about this country and the world when it comes to black people. Yeah. Is Skip Bayless nearing the end of his career on Undisputed? I mean, he's already 72 years old. And what I personally am starting to think is that the networks are already probably interested in phasing Skip out. Um, I mean, he has an audience. So he has an audience, but if you're looking at these ratings, man, they better see some uptick soon because, 100, 110,000, 90,000, that's not going to do it. That's not going to do it if first take is getting 700, 800,000. That's just too big a gap, man. At least when Shannon was there, Undisputed would get 200, 250, 280,000, maybe 300,000. And while they were still being outpaced every day, every week by first take, the margin wasn't that fucking big. They would get like maybe 150,000 to 200,000 more viewers. But now it's like, bro, 600, 700,000. And I suspect when the season really starts, I think first take especially if it's like a LeBron topic, they're gonna get like 1 million views on TV. And then First Take getting 200,000, that's just not gonna do it, man. So yeah, I can see Skip Bayless being fired. I can see that show getting canned. Skip's brother hasn't talked to him in over 25 years. What the hell's going on? What's going on with that? What's going on with Skip and his brother? I know his brother's a chef, but damn, not to talk to your own brother in 25 years? Jesus, man, that's a hardcore breakup. I think debate TV is on its way out. Twin sister. Yeah. I don't like debate TV anymore, man. I don't like what it's devolved into, which is sometimes it's I don't know, man. I just grew up. I grew up watching intelligent debate. Right? There's a topic, and there's a moderator, and the moderator will give the questions. Sometimes it's two people, sometimes it's three, sometimes it's four on the panel, and you knew that these individuals were well versed in these subjects to the point where they could give an articulate uh, and satisfactorily what's what I'm looking for viable answer so that you could actually learn something from these debates. I'm not saying it had to be boring. There could be a little fireworks, but you learn something. You don't learn anything from these debate shows. I mean, when the last time you actually really watched a debate show and you learned something from it? You might be entertained briefly, but it's just a bunch of motherfuckers yelling at each other. So I don't know. That shit just don't do nothing for me, man. It's just maybe it's just me. It just doesn't do anything for me. And like you said, another point he's making 17. No, you know, um, on the internet podcast, you can be more. You're not restricted. You're not really restricted by as much. So you get to say how you really feel about certain things. You get to talk about what you really want to talk about, and people like that. Um, and they talk about things that you really care about, not this rehash, stupid, you know, corporate bullshit. What's up, Tony C? Yeah, the yelling can be off-putting, man. Josh Johnson. I hate the disrespect that Max Kellerman is getting from Stephen A. I think he needs to have his own podcast or something to clear the air, and he already has an audience. Max just seems to me like a dude, man. He don't want no trouble, man. You know, he don't want no trouble. He's dealing with what he sees what's going on, but I don't think he really wants to even be part of this shit. We all know what time it is with Stephen A. Smith. My brother, 78 Sports TV, he did a master class yesterday. He told exactly what it is. It started with the Colin Kaepernick thing. And the fact that Max took a position that probably resonated more with the black community than Stephen A's, because Stephen A. turned into goddamn not Eugene McCarthy, turning to Joe McCarthy. I have the papers right here to prove he's a fraud. Like, dude, like, why are you so vehemently against Colin Kaepernick? But, you know what I'm saying, you don't show the same energy toward Brett Favre and what the fuck he did. You know, why you have this weird situation sometimes where you want to throw the gauntlet down when it comes to coming at certain black athletes all the time? Sometimes you can come after an athlete who just happens to be the same color, but it's like consistently with Stephen A. Smith. You know, but it bothered him that T.O. confirmed to him what he knew, that Max just, you know what I'm saying, came across as more thorough than Stephen A. He didn't like that. And after that, you just noticed that he always had something against Max Kellerman. Always, you know, talking smart to him, talking slick to him out the mouth. And, just then he qualified. Then he questioned the man's qualifications in that appearance on what was it? What podcast was that? Was it Joe Budden? When he said that Max Kellerman, because he was never a journalist or athlete, he may not be qualified to talk sports. But then again, if I'm not mistaken, Chris Berman was never a journalist or an athlete. And I don't think Howard Cosell was ever a journalist or an athlete. So what are you saying? The Dennis Rodman voice. That shit kind of hard on my throat, man. Like when I was doing those voices before, man, I was younger. That shit take a toll on your throat after, you know, over time, man. But I can't even do it right now. My throat's bothering me to death. I can do it sometimes, but Dennis, that's a hard one to do. It's a hard one to do, man. It's murderous on your voice. I could do it probably another time though. A LeBron voiceover. But I'll do them again though. Phil Jackson, to me, it's funny you said do Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson, am I the only person? I know he don't really sound like him. I know he don't sound like him. But for some reason, when I hear Phil Jackson yell or talk loud, I hear a little bit of Nick Nolte from 48 Hours and shit. Well, damn, Reg, you having a fucked up day altogether, aren't you? Listen here, watermelon. Yeah, that raspy voice. Yeah, for some reason when I try to do Phil Jackson, it comes out as Nick Nolte type. It sounds like Nick Nolte a little bit. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out, man. I'm gonna take care of some other stuff today, man. But it's been nice. Oh, terrible shot. Yeah, Bill Walton was funny, man. Throw it down, big man. Throw it down. I'm starting to believe that Eldon Campbell just might be a top 3 center in the NBA. Stop it now, Bill. Now, they're just getting out of control now. Shout out to Mugdify Reacts for the $9.99. What is that? Is it Mugnify? Mugnify Reacts. Shout out to Mugnify Reacts for the $9.99 super chat. Much respect to you. You might be talking about the Cowboys, bro. Y'all haven't made the NFC Championship game since 1996. Biggie was still alive. Shit, Tupac was still alive. Shit, Tupac was still alive, I think. Tupac was still alive. Goddamn, George Burns was still alive. That was a long damn time ago, man. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this, y'all, man. I got some stuff I gotta take care of, man. But it was good talking to y'all, man. And I'm gonna try to go live a little bit more often this year, man. I'm gonna try to. You know what I'm saying? So it was good chopping up with y'all, man. I appreciate you guys showing love, coming in. I ain't really have too much to talk about. Just want to go live. And I've been kind of a little bit, off YouTube last couple of days. But I want to let y'all guys know I'm still here. Just was kind of busy last couple of days, but I will put out a lot of videos tomorrow. So look out for that. All right. So peace. I'm gonna put up some Patreons later on today. So look out for those of you who subscribe to that. If you're not subscribed, it's only $2 per month, but you do also have the option of just $20 for the entire month. I mean, for the entire year, excuse me. And I think that's a bargain, man. Like, what up? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I said, it's a whole year. I put out a lot of content on there. There's hundreds and hundreds of videos already on Patreon. I take requests, and there's really no limit to what we can talk about and what we can say over there. You know what I'm saying? So the language is very different over there on the Patreon. So I see you guys probably tomorrow on YouTube. Have a great day, man. Appreciate you, man. I love you all.